Greetings, you're with Tanisha Ali here at Tanisha's Locks, Beauty Tips and Potpourri. And today I am going to show you a shortcut to getting fat areas of your locks resolved, or eliminating fat areas of your locks. I hope that you all are doing well today and that you are prospering and living abundantly, and life is as it should be for you. If you look at my locks, although they didn't start out this way, and although doing what I'm going to show you how to do is not going to make them like this necessarily, because yours are going to compress. It took mine about 5 years to actually really compress tight and seem to just get thinner, which I like. There are areas though that I've worked hard on throughout my lock journey to ensure that I have the most uniform looking locks. Because of my hair grade, my locks were bunching and bulging, and they just want to like resist the lock. I do have a reverse 4 pattern. So what I want to show you today is how to even the lock if you're interested in doing that. Now, obviously, the further up you go, I wouldn't suggest that you go way up your lock trying to do this unless you are willing to, unlock quite a bit of your lock. Typically, mine would get fat towards the ends, and that's where I would have an issue. Now, this particular lock is clearly one that I've already done before, and that's something else that I want to mention. A lot of these locks I had to go through, and sometimes more than one time it would grow back fat again, and I would need to thin it out some more so that it could be the way I wanted it. And then as it continued to grow out from the root, it stayed that way. So anyway, this may not look very fat to you. However, when you look at this right here, this is a quite thick portion that has to go through a very small root bed. Something that's very little. And for me, number one, it's unsightly and I need consistency. But also, it's gonna create some type of trauma on my root bed over time repeatedly as we continue to pull through the lock in order to retighten. So what you want to do is you get yourself a push pin. That's what I use whenever I'm taking these locks out. That's what I do. Okay? You get yourself a push pin and you want to begin to gently pull the hair apart. You can always do this. Now, as you do this, obviously you're going to lose some hair. You're going to lose quite a bit of hair because a good deal of the dead hair is down there at the bottom. Obviously, this hair has been here longer, and a good part of your dread or your lock, your sister lock or your traditional lock, whatever you choose to call it, is not only dead hair but lint and so forth. So as you open it up, you're also going to see more of this stuff that you guys see me be OCD about. It's going to become a little bit more apparent to you. I know I should be using that Canon camera, but it's just too much work for me right now. And I'm sorry, people. You see that? So I've got to go up to about where I'm comfortable in terms of the fatness, which is about here. As you get more into the fatness or the thick part, it's going to get a little harder. But oftentimes the thick part is really a mess of cotton, lint, and just dead hair. So if you see me pull this out, you can see already how much has come out, which is why people who get these locks to grow their hair are kind of misled in a little way, or a little bit misguided, because you're going to lose a lot of hair when you take them out, and you have to spend some time nurturing your hair and growing its strength again. Not that it's impossible. But anyway, you want to pick that hair out, and you want to continue picking. And it can get hard to pick out depending upon how long you've had your locks in, but it is possible. And it can be a pretty quick procedure. And if you monitor that lock over time, you'll see how it starts to change. It'll take some months, but you may need to go in and retighten it as it loosens up with a tool or with your hands. Or you may want to leave it alone to curl. It depends on you. But you want to keep picking and keep picking. And it can get kind of tricky sometimes as you keep trying to pick at the lock. But you want to start at the most bottom part of the lock as you pick, because in that way you don't do as much damage to that area. But trust me, I have been doing this for at least 6 years. And if you were to look at my hair, your average loctician could not tell that this is what I've done. Neither of my 2 locticians have ever recognized that this is what I've done. And the same can be true for you. So you keep picking, lovely, wonderful, beautiful women. I'm still doing my water fast. I've had a couple hiccups. Going to transition over to intermittent fasting regretfully soon. If you're interested in that journey, watch out for these videos or see my Butterfly Transformations channel if you're more into this type of thing and spiritual ascension, the spiritual journey, things you can do to up-level your life and get your act together or get your act more together, which is something we are all trying to do, right? So just look at the Butterfly Transformations channel. Now, I have hit the biggest part of the thickness right here. You can see I'm getting ready to pull this stuff out. See that? Dead hair, lint, all that stuff that drives me insane. Up in the thickest part, I have even more cotton and lint. And so will you. You have been chosen. You will too. Nobody gets out of here alive when it comes to the residue that our beautiful, lovely heads want to hold on to. They want to hold on to all of your beautiful experiences in life, even the ones that we need to let go of. So I am reaching the point of being able to stop. Now, again, this is a lock that I've done this to before. And I can tell because the fatter part is further up from the bottom, and the bottom was a part that I either plaited or re-locked using some tool or some other method. So you see this? All right. Now when you get to this part, you got a couple of options. When you get to the point of going back and trying to decide what you're going to do. And by the way, if you are in if you have a lint addiction, you will continue picking this lock all the way until you have no more lock left. So at some point you've got to stop. And I'm going to suggest that you stop. Being a lint addict myself, my name is Tanisha Ali, and I'm a lint addict. You are going to want to stop at a place where you just don't see any lint. Even though you know it's there. Damn it, you know it's there, it ain't going nowhere. You just don't want to have to see it. So, okay, so I'm here, right? Alrighty, people. So you get to a point where you can live with yourself. Oh my gosh, that's a big piece. I can't stop there. And you're going to decide to plait this baby back down to the end if you want. And just go on about your business for the rest of the day. And then it's going to start to loosen up over a period of weeks and so. And then you can go in with a tool. Maybe one of these or the nappy lock tool or a host of other tools that you may already be using. If you stole somebody's Sisterlocks tool, you could use that too. I have one. Psych, I wouldn't want them to come lock me up. I take that back. Even if it is true, you'll never know. All right, so I'm getting out this piece of lint here. And, oh yeah, by the way, everybody, Sister Locker 2018 and I talked yesterday. She hipped me to her plans to organize a meetup down here in Atlanta, either on the 10th or the 17th of August. So, if you are a part of the tight-knit Sister Locks community and you watch this channel, or you watch her channel, or any of the other ladies who are a part of putting this together, consider coming to visit us in Atlanta. I would love to see you on the 17th or the 10th. She's going to let me know, and then I will let you know and announce it on the channel. But it'd be wonderful. There's going to be, we're going to go out to a restaurant. We're going to do some activities. Meet maybe some park stuff or Stone Mountain, or I don't know what she has planned, but it's going to be wonderful. So if you already had a trip planned to the Atlanta area, or you're looking for something fun, or you'd like to connect with us, we would love to connect with you. So there will be more information about this as we move on. Something got in the way of my doggone screen. There you go. Get out of the way. So here we go, people. Ladies and gents. Now, if you want to, kind of like do when, certain people do your hair, you might want to tease the bottom, or you can do like I do. You can hold this in your mouth, twist it, and then kind of put your hand in here, pull down. The point is, you want to have a little opening in here, and you need it to stop somewhere near the bottom. All right, so that you can start with how you're going to close the ends. Now, clearly it's easier to plait it up, go on about your business, come back later and do some tightening. And you can do that too, but this is for people who want to do something else. I'm going to twist this. I want to twist it kind of loose. Okay? I'll come down, pull the hair. It's not twisted tight enough. I really need it to stop here, but I still can. Now, it's tricky for me to show you how to do this and film, so I'm going to hold it in my mouth. I will be getting braces soon, just so you know. My teeth are shifting, and I have no space to lay my tongue. They don't line up, so I've got to do it. I've been postponing it for 3 years, and the time has come. All I'm going to do for the purpose of this video, this is really not the easiest way to do this. I'm just going to tell you right now. You just want to keep looping the hair through until you can get to a place where it doesn't look like it's going to come out as easily. Now, if you want to do a pattern, see that little piece of cotton? If you want to do a pattern and you want to go in a sequence, you know, like the clock, a reverse clock, that's fine when you're doing this. It's not going to be that big of a deal because it's hard. The ends are very thin, but some of us, and I just pulled some of it out. I'm probably going to edit this part of the video because it's taking a while. But the other option you have is to take this nappy lock tool, and you can use this same plastic 99 cent or $1 and something cent plastic needle from Walmart. Thread the hair through it, and once you get enough, just kind of go through there, loop the hair through. Okay, just keep looping it through till you get to a place that's comfortable. All right, you want to be careful. You don't want to go too far up into, too close near to where the top of where you took the fat part out or disentangled it from. You don't want to go too far up in there because you could end up with a knot. And don't be surprised if you end up with a little knot anyway. That's my disclaimer. If you decide to do this, you need to be the type of person who's a risk taker. You need to be a non-matrix type person, and you need to be okay with being a non-conformer, because I really don't care about breaking the rules. I'm a daredevil. I like to experiment with things. You can see right now I have gotten most of the open parts out. Now, you don't want to make it too tight because you want to give the hair some space to expand. After all, you like to expand, right? You don't want to be locked in the evening in the bed, in a bed that's too small, or sleeping beside somebody that's too big and taking up all the space. You want to have some room to expand, right? Because the hair is living. It's going to do all sorts of things. All right, so give yourself a little space, because this will open up as time goes on, and you'll be able to either have it to lock a less thicker, or you will be able to put the instrument in and pull down, get another hole, and tighten some more. It's up to you, really. But at this level, because of the thinness that I have, I know I won't really need to worry anymore about, I won't need to worry anymore about that thick piece. Now, if I wanted to close this in a little bit more, I could go in at the very bottom, and when I get halfway through, then I can put this little piece of hair through, because the needle is too long for me to do this ordinarily any other way. But then I could put this little piece of hair through, pull it through, and I'll get another loop opportunity to tighten. See? So that's what we've done. Now, I do not recommend this for people whose locks have not set yet. And see, for me, you guys know I like curly ends. And so, well, I should leave that alone. I'm going to leave it alone for now. I like curly ends, so this is going to curl up for me. And then hopefully I'll have something more along the lines of this. And if not that, or along the lines of something like this. These are all ones I've done before. How do I know that? Because they're thinner. So anyway, that's really it. Now, you will do this more and more, and you'll perfect this process in a way that makes you feel comfortable. Don't do this if your hair hasn't set already and your locks are not, you know, fully settled, or you're the type of person who's going to cry if something doesn't turn out right. But let's face it, you got hundreds of these bad boys, right? So it's not going to be that bad. You're going to always be able to fix things. And I got to tell you, I have done this with, and I've gone a little higher up when I need it because I had something fat going on with the lock. I've done this with lots and lots of locks over the years. Another thing you might want to do is when you get to the fat part, just roll it like this. If you're not interested in doing what I just did, roll the hair like this every single day for a couple of weeks, and you will change the shape of it. It will become more condensed and a little smaller. Why is, she's not Siri because I have an Android, but why is she trying to answer the question, or why is she trying to chime in on my video? So you can continue this, continue this, continue this. You can also, people will tell you not to do this. Again, if you're a person that enjoys thriving in the matrix, ignore this. You can tie a knot like this in the area where the hair is most fat and just let it live there for a couple weeks or so. Then take it out. See what the condition of that area is. Go down. You can tie another one. There's so many. There are infinite ways to resolve your sister locks issues if you are trying to make sure that you have more consistency. You are with Tanisha Ali. I hope that you enjoyed and did get some benefit from this video. I hope that you will return. And if you have not liked or subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that now. If you made it to the end, I appreciate your contribution. I hope that you will join me on my other channel, Butterfly Transformations, where I seek to enlighten minds with intellectual curiosity and spiritual wellness and help people to get out of their cocoon and into their wings. Tanisha's Locks, beauty tips and potpourri. Have a beautiful day. Get out into creation, baby, and enjoy some of that lovely sunlight. Bye-bye.